Okay, well, thank you for joining the weekly impact weather briefing for Central North Carolina. This briefing will cover November 6th through November 12th. And we'll go ahead and we'll get started. This week's weather pattern is going to feature the main interest is another backdoor cold front that's going to move through the area late tonight and during the day on Tuesday. We're actually today, Monday is going to be the warmest day of the next several days, and most places will get into the 70s, and we'll even see some near 80s down across the Sandhills and southern coastal plain regions. But that backdoor cold front will deliver a noticeable change. And like I said, that front's going to be moving through late tonight and during the day tomorrow. And it's going to be one of those situations where temperatures, especially from the triangle and to the north and to the west of there, are actually going to be falling throughout the day. So when people get to work, it's actually going to be warmer than when they leave. So make sure you grab those jackets. And as that front moves through, we're expecting to see showers possible tonight and mostly across the south on Tuesday. But then that front's going to stall to our south, and it's going to remain there through Thursday night. And as that front stalls to our south, we're going to see a cool wedge of high pressure that's going to build in behind that. And that low-level northeasterly flow is going to keep temperatures down. But we're also going to see that moisture just hang out right along that stalled front. And we're going to see a series of upper level disturbances just move through the area starting Tuesday all the way through Thursday. So we're expecting after today, it's going to be a very cloudy forecast through the mid to late week period with periods of rain. So you're going to need to keep those umbrellas handy. By the time we get into probably Thursday night into Friday, that front's going to go ahead and move to the south, and we're expecting drier air to move into the area, and we're going to see a brief cool down through the weekend. So, if you're a fan of cloudy and drizzly and rainy weather like they have in the Pacific Northwest, you're going to be happy this week. So we'll go to the next slide. This is looking at our severe thunderstorm potential. And, we're not expecting a whole lot. There is a very isolated chance we may see an isolated thunderstorm, mostly elevated, but we're not expecting any severe weather with that. Again, it's going to be mostly rain through the forecast period. When you combine the 2 to 3 day span of rainfall potential, it's possible that we could see, some pretty decent widespread rainfall amounts, and that's good news as we still have a good part of the area still under drought conditions. And when it's all said and done, we could be looking at widespread 1 to 2 inch rainfall amounts. Now, that could change. One of the big waves that's going to move through the area on Thursday, some of the models are trending further south. They take it all the way down across the northern Gulf of Mexico. If that happens, we'll see lesser rainfall amounts. But it's not going to change the overall forecast. It's still going to be very cloudy and periods of rain during that mid to late week period. Once that front drops south, we're going to see a brief period of really cold air building across the area. As you see in this graphic here, there's what we call a strong polar Canadian high that's going to be building out of Canada. And that's going to be centered over the mid-Atlantic region Friday night, Saturday morning. And the reason I'm showing this is that could deliver our first widespread frost and freeze Friday night, Saturday morning. This is what we could be looking at with temperatures ranging from upper 20s across the triad to pretty much lower 30s everywhere. So don't be surprised as we get into the later part of the week. You start seeing us talk more and more about potential for frost or freeze watch, and then possibly advisories and warnings later. The tropics, believe it or not, they just named we have tropical depression number 19 that formed last night. They are expecting it to become a tropical storm, but as you can see in the lower right graphic, it will pose no threat to the United States, but there is a system out there. Looking ahead for the second part next week, What we're seeing is, other than that brief period of cold temperatures for the late part of the week next weekend or this upcoming weekend, that cold will be very short-lived, and we're still not seeing a strong surge of cold air coming out of Canada. So we're expecting to be above normal for next week, and rain chances look below normal as well. So to sum things up, today will be the warmest day of the week. So if you like warm weather, you better enjoy it today, because after that, temperatures will be below normal. It will be cool. We'll also see unsettled and wet for the Tuesday through Thursday time frame. And during that time frame, we may see as much as 1 to 2 inches of rain over portions of central North Carolina. And then finally, as I already alluded to, Friday night, Saturday morning, be pretty cold with temperatures lower 30s, upper 20s possible, and many of the areas possibly seeing, their first frost and freeze. Okay.